Possible Hot Seat with me, your host, Rebecca Silence, creator of Healing is Possible, where today we are taking on how to receive. It's so easy to receive dark and stuck and disaster. Why not make it easier to receive love, light, joy, everything you want? So, with that being said, I am so proud to welcome back special guest Lily Shaw to the hot seat, doing her work for all of us.
Oh my God, I love that introduction. Thanks, Rebecca. You're rocking it.
Lily's in the house. So, Lily, why are you back in the hot seat? What is it that you want around receiving?
Well, first of all, I love you and I love to bug you as much as possible. So that's why
I'm
I'm
here
back.
for you.
Well, you're an amazing coach, and I've made such huge strides working with you over the last, almost a year at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just been an amazing journey. And every time I feel stuck on like an emotional issue, I always feel better after like I've processed it. And you know me so well. So I was like, let me just talk to Rebecca and get her point of view on all this. So, the reason I wanted to talk about receiving is exactly what you said. It's so much easier to, bring in all the crap that you don't want. How about let's like shift a little bit so we can, easily and effortlessly bring in the things that light us up, that bring us joy. So I would love to talk about that and see how to like activate that within myself so I
Okay.
can be more on the frequency of receiving, if that makes sense.
I love it. So, let me ask you this to start. And as you know, in the hot seat, I ask hard questions. And
Oh no.
then you're at choice, everyone watching too, you're at choice to answer these questions for yourself as well. And what I want us to consider is in the hot seat, it's going to get hot and sticky because we're breaking through, we're creating movement where there wasn't any before. We're creating openings where there weren't openings before. So, with that being said, Lily, I would love for you to share what is it that you don't want that you're currently receiving? And what is it that you do want to receive? And just consider we're never not receiving. It's just we're wanting to maybe replace what you're receiving now with something new.
Absolutely. That's exactly the place that I'm at. Like I am somebody who's pretty aware of the whole energetic existence. So, I feel like for so long I've been battling the inner demons of like other people's projections on me. So I'm now finally finding myself in a place where I literally have like these conversations with myself where I'm going, well, who am I? Like, what do I want? Like, what is my right thing? And not putting you know, any kind of adjective or any kind of label on it, any kind of like, oh my God, this is too much and this is not enough. And, it's like, no, but who am I in my most authentic, being self kind of person? So out of that kind of thinking came this question of like, well, what is it that I love that I have in my life right now? And what is it that I don't love? So the don't love list was like, I made a list. It was like, had like 1,000 things on it. And then the love list had like 5 things on it. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, this makes no sense. Right. So what there's like a lot of stuff. What I'm really looking for on a huge level is like literally doing like this transformational shift where I go from not getting what I want or getting things that don't bring me joy, whether that's in my personal relationships, in my career, in my body stuff, in my like everyday, mundane existence, to the grand. And then replacing that with things that I want. And again, in my career. So, and in my life, so I'm not sure, like, do you want me to we can focus on one thing or we can focus on like the
Give
big.
me, like,
Let's go.
without thinking about it too much, the top three things you don't want and the top three things you do want. And let's just see what comes up. It might be something that you hadn't even thought of yet.
So what I don't want, the big thing that I don't want right now is to look the way that I look. I feel I've come to this realization that I am carrying the weight of the world on me, and I don't want that. I want to be myself, and I want to see what that looks like. Like, who am I when I'm not being pressured into being somebody else in my body? Like, whether that's weight, whether that's looks, whether that's like working out, you know, everybody tells you to work out 5 days a week. Well, what is it that's right for me? Like, do I want to work out 5 days? Do I want to work out one day? Like, what is right for me in my body? That's like the first big transformation that I want to have. And then the second thing is, like I was telling you before we started, these little like everyday issues. Like, I made a decision to do something financially, right? I decided to buy some stock. And then as I was in the process of doing that, this like these itty bitty weird problems that come up. And it's like, wait a minute, like, but I've made the decision, it's right for me. So why am I having these like problems that makes it more difficult for me to get what I want? So there's like that resistance, those weird obstacles that show up even in smaller things. So that's like the other thing that I'm struggling with. Excuse me. And then the big thing that I want to change is I want to get into the frequency of getting my as I don't know if you know this, but I mean your people know this, but your community, I mean that I am an actress. So
Yeah.
I am now in that place where I'm like, I'm ready to bring in that one sort of transformational role that I shine in, that I can break out with. So that's the big universal change that I want. So those I think would be my
Okay,
three
that's
big
so
changes.
good. Okay. Can we work backwards? Because I'm literally having this physical reaction right now to what you just said about the breakout role.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes,
Can
yes.
we start there?
Yes,
So,
please.
and I never make that mean anything. Like if I get chills, it just means I'm excited and like, let's go. So, what if, here's my question for you to consider. And if you're willing, would you close your eyes for a minute? And I would love for you to just breathe into your root chakra and ground. And I want you to just consider that you've done more work, Lily, than most people will ever do in their lifetime already in your lifetime. And what if the foundation is already strong and laid out? And here's my question for you to consider. And if emotions come up, great. If thoughts come up, I want you to tell me what they are, whatever your reaction to what I'm about to say is, I want to hear. But I just want you to consider this. Consider that the breakout role that you've been waiting for is your life.
My life,
Your life, the
like my,
breakout role where you get to shine is the role called Lily's life.
hmm.
What if it's not something you don't have yet? What if you're already in your breakout role? And then the more you're willing to play your life like it's the role of your life, the more attractive you become, the more attractive you are to other opportunities where you get a role you're paid for. I'm not saying the breakout role is your life and that's it. I'm saying, what would it be like to let that role be the most important one?
You know, that's literally why I'm here, is like I want to embody that kind of feeling at all
Yeah.
times. Because that's kind of nice. Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want to experience. I want to experience just being in that energy of yes, and then seeing what that brings in. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, I don't know. But I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that's literally exactly what I want, because I don't want to live in the place of, is it coming? Is it, that kind of like splits me. Want to live in the place of yes, but I don't know how to like structure it, how to think about it, feel about it. What should I do so it feels like it's present? It's me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Well, what I'm going to coach you to consider taking on is it isn't about what to do anymore. It's about waking up each day. Like, imagine this as a process. So, I had a client one time give me a homework assignment to be camera ready all the time, like to be dressing and carrying myself in a way that if I was about to get interviewed at any second, I was ready to go. It was a life-changing assignment for me. And what I'm inviting you to consider is something similar where it's like the second you wake up in the morning, it's almost like imagining the cameras are rolling and you're on, but not playing a part other than just being who you are. I think there's nothing to do, and there's you being who you want to be in every moment, using what you have in the moment you're in to shine as bright as possible.
Okay.
What happens when I say this?
I mean, I am already sort of making those changes with the eye of like, like I work out now first thing in the morning. So, those kinds of like little changes I've already made with the eye, like, okay, I have to be on set. Okay, I have interviews
Yeah.
lined up, which is kind of the life that I'm living right now. So I am doing that to a certain extent.
Well, and what I'm saying is, I think you've got the structure and the doing down. And what
Okay.
seems to be frustrating is you're not feeling how you want to feel.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that accurate?
Yeah. Yes.
See, what I'm wanting, back to your first, what you don't want. And it was really fascinating hearing you just open up about that. You started by saying, I don't want to look how I look. And then by the end, what I was hearing is, I don't want to have to fit into the mold that I've been told I need to fit into to look how I want to look. But really, it felt to me like you want to feel how you want to feel.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea. Like, I feel like I've been living under other people's shadows and their
Yeah.
expectations for so long that it's kind of like, well, where do I start? Like, which is my energy? So yeah, that there is truth in that, but I don't know how to feel. I guess it's the sense that I'm getting is that I have to stop thinking about doing and start thinking about feeling.
Well, and stop thinking. Stop thinking.
Stop thinking.
So it's like, I want you to answer the question. And if it's easier to close your eyes, great. But the question you just asked is a brilliant one. Where does Lily begin? Without thinking about it and feeling it, I think we have work to do with you just around connecting you back to how you feel. Human beings are emotional, and we spend so much time on our physical bodies, and we spend so much time on mindset and mental work. Mental work and mindset and strategy never healed anyone. And
It's
what
only
you're
3%,
wanting,
right?
right? What you're wanting is this feeling of life and being fully alive and getting the most out of it is what I'm gathering. So, where does Lily begin?
I don't know.
What if you did? Will you close your eyes?
Yeah.
This is hard because it's thinking, and this is a question that I want everyone watching to begin to answer, and it's a question you can't get wrong. Where does Lily begin in this moment? What would your soul say about that?
I mean, I feel like doing this, what I'm doing, this is great. That's the answer I got. Um, like, I have a workout scheduled after this. That's something that I definitely want to do. That was fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Um, I mean, honestly, more and more the answer I'm getting is to just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then
But
let
that's
yourself
annoying. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then I want to hear about the annoying. And I'm not really that interested in the fact that it's annoying. I believe you that it's annoying because we want what we want when we want it. But what I'm saying is get what you want because you stay committed. And as
To what?
long to the vision, the intention, the direction, you've built a structure that has your
Yeah,
life set up how you want it, which isn't
right.
true a year ago. A year ago, you didn't have that structure in place, right? So
That's
today,
true.
you're showing up knowing I know what I don't want, I know what I do want, and my life is set up how I want it.
Uh, yes,
Okay, that's
yes, yes.
huge. There are people watching this that would kill to be able to say they know what they don't want, they know what they do want, and their life is set up exactly how they want. You're like so far ahead of the pack. And then it
Hmm.
isn't feeling maybe the way you thought it would feel. And I want to address the obstacle piece, which was the second thing you said you didn't want. And then I want to go back to the body. But as far as like the breakout role, what if you put yourself on a process that you're already in it? Like there's no bigger role than you leading your life. And you've been working hard to let go of the limitations that you're believing other people are putting on you at this phase in life. Everyone watching, consider nobody can put anything on you. When you're an adult that's awake, aware, alive, other people's opinions are going to be there all the time. And then you get to decide, am I going to make those other people's opinions more important than paying attention to what I feel?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
that's my journey. I mean, that's literally what I've been doing every day.
You're
Right.
modeling it for everyone. So I'm speaking to everybody watching that
Ah, okay.
other people's opinions, that's just their opinion. And then you get to choose. And I think this is really important too, Lily. Like, regardless of how it's been, you get to choose now. Right now is a new, fresh start. You could let the world meet you now and just toss out any worry or anxiety about what they think they're going to get when you show up. Let them meet you now. How does that feel?
That sounds great. Give me how to do that because that's the mind working. I'm like, what
Choose,
do I do?
choose, feel into it every moment. A Course in Miracles talks about how every choice is either bringing you closer to happiness or bringing you closer to unhappiness. And
Right.
the only way to gauge, in my experience, in my opinion, what's going to bring me towards happiness is finding what's a yes for my soul. And that doesn't mean that it's even feeling good or easy. There can be things that are a yes to my soul. Doing this hot seat. You're all about to find out that I'm launching a brand new podcast. None of that is like easy or necessarily feeling good when it's so outside of my comfort zone, but it's a definite yes on a soul level.
Oh,
Right. So I think we get
right.
confused that if we're doing what makes us happy, if we're doing what I call a spiritual yes, it's supposed to feel good. It's
Be
supposed to be
easy.
easy. No,
No,
obstacles.
no.
Obstacles are a test in our commitment, Lily. They're not a sign that something's wrong or bad. It's just a opportunity to up your commitment game. Every time there's an obstacle, up the commitment game. We can't wish away the obstacles because they make us more solid within ourselves.
So then answer this question. And I know I already know what you're going to say, but don't answer that your way. Answer a different way. So, so answer this question. When
Yeah.
you are, like you said, let the world meet you where you're at right now, right?
Yeah.
So right now in this point, right, like you said, I've done a certain amount of, I have a certain amount of awareness about myself, right? But there are times when I look back and I go, I have invested almost all of my youth at this point, right? Like, and this is a weird way of saying it, but I love saying it this way, into like becoming this person, into setting up my life the way that it is right now, right? And yes, I don't have the physical results to show for it, but I am in the process of creating at least something that brings me joy, right? So when I'm thinking about that in the present moment, my mind invariably goes towards all of that, 10, 15 years of that hard work that I have nothing to show
Yes.
for. So how do I handle that particular disappointment?
Okay. Is it true you have nothing to show for the 10 to 15 years of work that you've put in?
All I have so far is beating obstacles. obstacles. This is why obstacles get me so tired, because I'm like, this has literally been my life design.
What obstacles have you beat?
I what? I mean, a lot of them. I mean, you know, most of them.
Right. But I'm saying, you tell me, I'm going to have you answer the question. You tell me the cure for your disappointment on where you are today.
Uh, I mean, I would like to have something solid in my hand, I guess.
And what if what you have that's solid in your hot little hands is
Mm.
you?
Yeah, but
How,
I will see. I was always awesome, though. Is my point.
Lily? I know.
Being more awesome. I'm totally kidding.
I think what we've got going on with you is you're not loving where you are. It's a
Yeah.
perpetual, I should be, if you get here, then you
Mhm.
should have been here. If you get here, you should have been here.
Oh, okay.
You've moved yourself into exactly the life you saw for yourself. Is that true? You
Mm,
live in Hollywood, you're an actress full time, you've got your life set up how you want it.
the process is there. Yes. The
Okay.
product isn't. Yes.
So the product will come
Hmm.
when you stay committed and like break up with this disappointed, defeated, like,
Hmm.
nah
Yeah.
experience. It's like no matter how hard you win and how hard you work, you're still ending up in the same feeling of disappointment. So I'm saying, what if the focus, you have your commitment to your results already?
Right.
So, what if the focus is about how you want to feel in the
Hmm.
moment you're in? Trusting. I think this is the other big thing. I want to encourage you and everyone watching to trust. There's no way the results aren't going to come if you stay committed, if you don't quit. And you're not doing 10 to 15 years the way you've been doing it because you are going to quit. This is your life. You want more. This is one of the things that makes me want you in my inner circle. And you are. You're hungry for life. You're hungry to serve. You're not on a like 10, 15-year job that you're going to eventually quit. This is your life. You're going to be more. You're going to want more. You're going to give more. You're going to live more as long as you're here. So, how about we just accept that today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's powerful. Yeah. I had never thought of it that way. Yeah.
What are you
That's
feeling? What are
true.
you seeing?
That's true that I would, no matter where I'm at, I'm always going to be looking for the next thing, because yeah, that's me. It's been me my whole life.
Yeah. And you get to enjoy where you are while you know and trust that where you're headed is going to happen. It's not going to happen, Lily, if you stay committed.
Hmm.
And you don't know how to not stay committed, in my experience of you.
No, that's, yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, this is me. It is my life. That's correct.
This is
Yeah.
you. And you're going to live this way and play life this way as long as you're here. And then I'm not saying don't stay hungry. I'm saying, how about let yourself receive more validation that you're giving to yourself every day? Like filling yourself up with pride and accomplishment. You've, yes, overcome a lot of obstacles, but you've also broken glass ceilings in your family. You've also broken glass ceilings in your industry, and you're just starting.
Yeah, that's true. Crap. I had never, oh, sorry.
You
I
can say whatever you want.
had, okay. Yeah, that's a great perspective.
It's not your body that's the problem, babe. It's you're just not feeling how you want to feel. And there's no reason to be disappointed about any of the amazing accomplishments that you've arrived at. And then it's okay to be hungry for more. And if you're disappointed, then we need to look at like, what is that in your programming that has nothing to do with your current results now? That's just an old wound.
And actually, the more you're talking, the more I'm getting the sense that it's the shouldness of it, and the shouldness is coming from the people, from
Yeah.
the world, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well, and it's
when
coming
you're
from, go ahead.
no, I mean, this the fact that, when you've done certain amount of work for a certain amount of years, you should have something to show for it. And that's the world's programming, which I don't yet, which I
Well,
will.
and what if you changed your mind about that right now today? That you don't have results yet. You have results, and then you're ready for the next level of results.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
want the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you're being with you to be empowering, not disempowering. There's nothing wrong with your body, is there?
Well, it just feels like it's not me. It feels like it's
Yeah.
other people pushing their energy and their ideas onto me, and then me, for some reason, holding on to it. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't feel like this is my body. That's my problem right now.
Well, it
It
is your
doesn't feel
body.
to use your word, it doesn't feel empowering. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and your body's carrying all this energetic pressure that you're putting on yourself. So it's not, do you see how it's not your body that's the problem? It's your body carrying all this pressure, and it's letting you know, I want to feel how I want to feel. And then when you're a leader, Lily, and this is for everybody watching, people have opinions. When you put yourself out there, people have opinions. You don't have to take it. Like, don't pick it up. Like, drop it like it's hot. There's other people's opinions. Drop it like it's hot. You don't need to engage, listen, agree, respond, take it in. You're so sensitive. Your body's taking in all this
Yeah.
energy. And it's
Yeah.
time for you to be the one leading instead of adapting to all of that.
Yeah. That is, you're right. That's the shift I'm looking for. Because yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Like, it's like, stop.
Just feel
Yeah.
into what serves me now, and start paying attention to, how do I want this day to feel? How do I want this moment to feel? How do I want this choice to feel? Instead of what you've learned works really well, which is the pressure cooker. I mean, that's the problem. The pressure cooker has gotten you great results, but it's not useful anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I want you to go ahead.
Oh no, I mean, even when the pressure cooker was on, it didn't quite work on me, because I only took that which resonated with me,
Right.
So, because the pressure cooker was saying, compromise on your values as an actress, and I was like, I'm gonna do it this way, even though it sucks. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You can surpass and overcome any obstacle in your path. Your body is just letting you know, this feels right, this feels off. And the role that's the best role of all time is the role called your life. And nobody can slow you down, no matter what they say or do. So today you could choose, I'm taking on feeling how I want to feel, and really letting my life become everything I want it to be. And the more high vibe you are, the more attractive you are. And then the more possibility comes to you, like you're a magnet.
That's literally the place I want to be at. So let me say this back to you then. It sounds like my job right now is to just live moment to moment and be like, am I doing something that fulfills me or empowers me, I guess is the word, versus not.
Yeah.
And that's going to create the sense of being that I'm after, right? Am I
Yeah.
right?
And then I really want you in this new question. How
Which
do I feel? How do I want to feel?
How do I feel? How do I want to
That
feel?
you're so doing focused, and we all are. I'm the same way. And then I have to remind myself the doing doesn't change how I feel. The paying attention to how I feel has what I do become more or less effective.
And that's the bizarre thing because I was always a feeling first person, which is like is
Yeah.
insane to me because I've always only done things that feel right. You know what I'm saying?
See,
And
and
yet
you
it
already
feels
know how to do this.
yeah, and yet it feels foreign, I guess. I don't know, maybe I
Yeah.
think that's the reconnection, maybe.
I love it. And this is I love this to kind of wrap us up today. This is so big because we're born unlimited. We're born knowing there's nothing we really can't have or don't deserve. Everything is available to us. And then we start to learn limitations and believe them. And the work I'm doing with people, Lily, is about getting back to who you really are. So today, what I just watched you do, and thank you for doing your work for all of us, is connect more to receiving you again.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it is as simple, it doesn't mean it's easy, as choosing that the most important thing starting today is how you want to feel and trusting that the results are coming. You've got the support, you've got the talent, you've got the hunger and the commitment. So your only job is to start feeling how you want to feel now and expecting the results to show up. That's what you have control over.
Sounds good.
How does that feel?
Yeah, it's nice to have a new perspective, just something else to feel into. Because I've been doing a lot of like this magic words kind of exercise that like tells you to like say nice things to yourself so you'll feel
Mm,
empowered. So I think this is more about just doing that pretty much like from moment to moment, which I think is going to be a new experience, frankly. So we'll
yeah,
see how that
yeah.
goes.
And what if you just decide you've already arrived and the rest is frosting?
I've already arrived. Ooh, that feels so weird to say. I've already arrived. Okay, I'm gonna practice saying that. Oh my God. Okay,
You've already arrived.
I've already arrived. Oh, thank God. It feels like thank God the work's done.
Yeah, now just live and have fun. If you want to join me in the hot seat, all you have to do is message me. Lily, how can people get in touch with you?
Oh, thank you so much for asking that. I would love if your community would join me on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I am trying to, that's where I post a lot of my day-to-day stuff. And I also want to, like you said, create a greater network of people that I can interact with on an everyday basis. So Instagram is the place to be for me right now.
And what's your handle?
So that would be at Lily_Shaw_LA.
Awesome. Everyone, follow Lily. Thanks for tuning in today and receive your life through how you feel about it. You get to feel how you want to feel. That's what I want you all to take from today. And we'll see you next week.